Even the happiest place on earth, and one of the most family-friendly companies, can have its dark secrets that they want no one to know. Yet these events can still happen no matter what the effort. Some can be handled appropriately, but others can make the company untrustworthy. These are the top 10 disturbing Disney events. Walt Disney's apartment. This is only creepy to your perspective. It could be unsettling to one or boring to the other. Nonetheless, in Main Street, on one of the higher levels was a fully functional apartment that Walt Disney himself lived inside to watch over the guests at Disneyland. You could see this as either the cheerful animator watching the smiles of others enjoying their day, or one mysterious man watching everyone pass by his home, getting a good look at everyone. Once again, it's more based on your perspective. Mother's death. Ever wonder why so many Disney main characters have missing or deceased mothers? Some could say it's merely coincidence, but there actually is a reason for this. After the success of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Walt and Roy Disney presented their family with a new home in North Hollywood. After living in the home for a month, Disney's mother, Flora, complained about a gas furnace in their home. While studio repairmen were sent to fix the problem, it was never truly resolved. Flora called Disney died of asphyxiation caused by the fumes of the furnace. Walt Disney blames himself for his mother's death, so he shares his emotions through his films.
Mother!
Song of the South. Disney is obviously proud of most of their creations, even if they're not truly successful. However, one film is something that they want everyone to forget. The Song of the South was a live-action animated hybrid. The film, like Warner Bros. Censored 11, which I talked about in the top 10 banned animations, was heavily controversial and nowadays is considered racist. Cultural historian Jason Spurr describes the film as one of Hollywood's most resiliently offensive racist texts. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. It's not shocking to see a popular Disney film get its own ride at the amusement park. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride opened on 1955. It was based on the Disney animated film The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. However, it ended in a rather dark tone, with the visitors literally ending the ride in hell. Cartoonish demons can be seen on the walls and the ceiling, and that portion of the ride was even heated to give those who got on the ride a feeling of eternal damnation. Strangest part is, nothing like this was even seen in the film. Sailing Ship Columbia accident. It was Christmas Eve of 1998. Many were having a grand time at the park before they opened their presents from St. Nicholas. However, if you got on the Sailing Ship Columbia ride, you wouldn't be so lucky. You see, a cleat used to secure the ship fell loose, hitting many visitors in the head. 2 days later, at the hospital, one of the visitors was declared brain dead when his life support was disconnected. Lemmings force suicide. Disney isn't really well known when it comes to their nature films or documentaries, except for one called White Wilderness. In the film, it was said that lemmings jumped off cliffs in mass suicide. This is actually just a myth. And what you don't know is, that the lemmings were actually pushed off by the cameramen. Naked Woman and the Rescuers. Many people will always claim they see subliminal messages in any Disney film, whether that be the supposed sex in The Lion King, when really it was spelling SFX in honor of the new sound effects crew, or the male genitalia-like structure in a Little Mermaid cover. This message, however, was the only one proven real. In the movie The Rescuers, there was a single shot of the main characters driving past multiple buildings. One had an open window with a photo of a naked woman inside. This, of course, was removed in later versions, but can still be found in the original. I Don't Want to Go Back to Mickey's House. In 2010, after a shift in management that increased her workload, a chef at Disneyland Paris hung himself. All that was left was a message scratched on the wall saying, "Je ne veux pas retourner chez Mickey," which is French for, "I don't want to go back to Mickey's house." A second employee attempted to light himself on fire, but was stopped immediately. America Sings. On July 8, 1974, 2 days before the America Sings attraction was closed down, Deborah Stone, who was working at the attraction, went backstage and was crushed by 2 moving walls. The visitors had to hear her terrifying screams of agony, but no one really knew what to think of it. The ride was stopped and others came to help Deb, but it was already too late. Deborah's parents attempted to sue Disney for the death of their daughter, but this only ended in a small settlement. Abandoned parks. We all have heard the stories of abandoned Disney parks, like Abandoned by Disney or Room Zero. But there actually was an abandoned Disney park. 2, actually. River Country and Discovery Island were closed down, yet never demolished. The reason for its abandonment was not due to mysterious deaths or a photo-negative Mickey suit, yet a brain-eating amoeba called meningoencephalitis that attacks the nervous system and the brain with a 95% fatal rate. However, this didn't stop a few deaths from happening before the abandonment, as a boy in 1980 died due to the same amoeba.